Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Christy here doing the weekly reading for the sign of Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising. This is for the week of December 19th through to the 26th. With the Sun and Moon currently moving through Sagittarius, I'm going to be doing the theme of being blunt on your general reading today. So this is a general reading for your sign. Whatever is most prominent in your life, I encourage you to take these messages and apply them to. And I hope that you find them helpful and healing. So what does Scorpio need to be blunt about this week? I just want to say thanks to everyone who has been watching all of this time and encouraging me to do this work. Thank you so much for being here and for subscribing and for all of your sweet comments. It really makes my day, so thank you. I will be back in the second week of January with new oracle reading content in addition to other stuff that I've been meaning to put up for a while. So I hope that you enjoy the new product work that I'm doing as well. And I'm really wishing all of you a great Christmas as well. So what does Scorpio need to be blunt about? First card we're looking at here, by the way, is, excuse me, the tribe. This is really just about where you belong and who belongs with you. It could even be a family. I know it sounds weird, but we don't have to, we're related to people that we don't always feel like we're friends with, right? And sometimes we make friends with people who it feels like we're family with. So it's almost like, where do you belong? Where do you feel at ease? And when you look around, who feels at ease in your company, right? That's definitely where you belong. And we have the cards flippity flop in here. So I'll just give it another shuffle or two, and if we don't get one jumper, I'm just going to pull from the center of the deck. Where do you belong? And just needing to be blunt. I mean, Sagittarian energy is actually really sweet energy. It may be blunt, but it always tells the truth with a smirk, right? It always tells the truth because it loves you and it wants you to have the facts so you can make informed decisions. And you know, Sagittarius tells you the truth with a hug type of thing, right? Like, it's important to be able to be honest with yourself while loving yourself, you know, while appreciating yourself and what you've come through and what you've worked through. And you can do all that. You don't have to, you know, forget the past necessarily. You don't have to drag it into your present, but you can say, look what I've overcome. You know, you can use the past to your advantage here. And that's Sagittarian energy, right? It's also ruled by Jupiter. So Jupiter is an optimistic planet. It's the glass is half full attitude. So this is under the auspices of which we read your, what do I need to be blunt about? And of course, the tribe is your central position. This is really, like I was saying, where do you belong? Who are the family you make for yourself, right? And how do you feel when you're in their company? And like I said, I mean, you can be blood related, you can be adopted and have grown up with people that you're family, but it's kind of like you don't have anything else in common. And this happens to a lot of families. This is not unique, but the unique part about it is that you get to choose here. You get to say, you know, you're in my family and I can't change that, but this is where I belong over here. And it's almost like sticking up for yourself. It's like saying, I love myself this much. Like, I understand you and I respect you, but I love myself this much, and this is where I'm going to put myself. And you can always find me here, and you can be welcoming if you have to leave a certain tribe, or if you feel like your tribes are changing type thing. Basically where you belong. We have chop wood as the influence to the current position, and come to the edge came out as a qualifier to chop wood. So this is the main card here. This is really just looking at issues of humility, right? Which is frankly a really nice way to get to the bottom of, or to help decide or even decipher where it is you belong, right? A lot of people, in a lot of relationships, sometimes even family included, there is a facade, right? There is a veneer. There's a mask, okay? And we do this sometimes consciously, most often subconsciously, and it's a coping skill, okay? Especially if you've been brought up around something that you don't want to be associated with anymore, or that you don't feel comfortable in anymore. And this could be a peer group. If it isn't your family, it could be a peer group. Perhaps you were part of an organization, or you had certain viewpoints or opinions about the world, and those types of things are changing. This is what we're talking about with tribe. And a really nice way to understand where it is you belong is to find out, where are you safe when you're humble? Where is there no mask? Or the least amount of veneer, of polish, okay? Because you want to be real, right? I mean, another way to frame the chop wood card is to look at Cinderella. Not the entire tale, but her life, right? Excuse me. Had she not known that another life existed after that ball, for example, she wasn't entirely content because she knew that someone else had an easier life, but she wasn't miserable, right? She was humble, and she had friends, right? And she worked really hard. So, and these should be valuable assets to anyone's life, but this is an attitude, right? Like, you can be a hard worker. You can be close to your friends. You can work with others really well. You can appreciate the small things. This is where we're looking at humility. This is the opposite of the veneer. This is the opposite of the stepsisters, right? Who have to look a certain way, and they have to go to the right dances, and they have to have all these social mores, which is nice. But it's just as nice to be able to do away with those in a cozy circle where you feel that you're just as loved and just as respected, where you can be humble with someone else, or where you're safe being humble about something. You don't be humble all day long or about every single thing, but it's a place, when we're talking about tribe or belonging here, we're talking about, where are you safe being yourself without the mask, without the veneer, without the I'll do for you so you stay type thing. Where can you just be yourself? And here we have come to the edge. This is really just saying, take a chance. You want to take a chance with love here. You really want to love yourself enough to trust, and trust yourself as well, to take a leap of faith regarding your vulnerability, regarding your humility, right? Being humble about what you have, or even what you want. Even about what you can do without. Let's say you're already humble and you're like, maybe no one else really understands how I can do without all these masks and veneers and polish, and maybe they could stand to learn from you, right? Wouldn't that be interesting? That might even be indicative of your tribe. Where can you take that veneer off and still be fully respected and feel like you're safe, and that, you're taking a calculated leap with love, and it's returned to you. New life, this is your probable outcome. I really think this is going to help free you from something here. If you're blunt with where you belong, being humble, taking off basically any mask that you have, basically acting or behaving or projecting a concept of someone that you aren't, right? And I'm not saying this is only Scorpio specific, only Scorpios do this. No, lots of people, all signs do this, but this is what's being addressed to you this week. And especially with the holidays coming up, it might be a nice time to do this when you're around friends and family, hopefully. This is your new life. This is what's available to you. This is a fresh pair of lenses, right? This is where you get to take off the cloudy lenses and you get to put on the lens through which you want to see the world, right? You can be rose-colored if you want. You can be clear. You can look it through the green lenses, the yellow lenses, like whatever you want here, because it's up to you. But you really just need to come to terms with what that new life is. Where is it you belong, and what is it that you truly want for yourself? Because you are moving towards something, and this is a constant for you, Scorpio. Go the distance is your overall energy. This has been showing up very frequently over the past several months for you. In fact, all that glitters was showing up rather frequently for you. So I am interested in seeing both Chopwood and the tribe here for you. Essentially, all that glitters was appearances. And then we have humility and belonging. So I really think you're doing a lot of soul searching, a lot of inner work. Really taking your friends and family to task. Like, you need to understand each and everyone's motivations, and I think that'll help you come to terms with where it is you belong, because you're taking sort of a tally of everyone around you, while you're taking a tally of yourself, right? Which is essential to making broad goals manifest, frankly. I mean, if you're around, quote unquote, the wrong or inappropriate people who don't have your back while you're willing to be humble about something or make some changes through a leap of faith here. I mean, you need people to have your back here. So you should be assessing your crowd. Prayer and abundance. This is Buffalo. This is actually one of the most profound cards of this deck, frankly. Prayer and abundance. This is absolutely knowing what you ask for will be provided to you, right? Just being really clear in that. And I think this sense of humility and taking a leap with love will really benefit you. And you're pretty psychic. You're pretty perceptive. You're gonna know. You probably don't even need language to figure out, like, you know, the spoken word. Those are 3 cards. Scorpio's probably the best person in any crowd to suss out an individual's likes and dislikes and propensities and attitudes, and you can suss people out at a glance. So I don't think you have to work too hard to suss people out in your tribe or in your circle. But here we're looking at changes, right? We're looking at changes in friendships. Changes in your friend circle. Lots of leaps and bounds around your belonging and your peer groups here, right? So big changes ahead for you, I really see. I think if you're blunt with yourself about this being the next stage for you, I think it will start playing itself out and start manifesting in and around your friendships, your peer groups, possibly your work environment, possibly your family, okay? But remember that you're in control, right? You're in control of yourself, and you know what you need, and it is available to you. You don't have to make excuses for that. But you do have to come from a deep place for that. And you have to trust yourself that you can do this. And be blunt with yourself about it. You don't need to make any apologies. This is your life, Scorpio. So that is your reading for the week. I hope that you enjoyed that. Thank you so much for being here with me today. And if you have a second to comment below. If you're not already, subscribe and like my videos. That really helps me out as well. And I really look forward to seeing you in the new year. My dear Scorpios, take excellent care. Bye for now.